Hello, governors. Welcome to We Are Live. Cheerio.
What's the choice there? It's a bad accent. It's off-putting. You continue to go to it.
Well, you had such an impressive German accent yesterday. I wanted to try something out myself.
Morning, everybody. It's We Are Live. We're live 5 days a week, and it's Friday, which means it's time to party. It's Endgame Friday. Travis will be spoiling the movie all show long, correct?
I will not do that. You do not have to turn off the feed. I will not be spoiling Endgame. I am an idiot. I'm not an asshat.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Lots of fun today. We've got some Devil's Advocate, this day in Greiton's history.
Oh, boy.
We're not letting this go.
If you haven't been following along, you're missing out on one hell of a show. It was a hell of a show we were on hand for a year ago, where we watched the now former governor of Missouri just completely not only embarrass himself, his career, his years of hard work, building up, at a time, a very strong reputation of being a leader of men, only to turn around and embarrass your wife, your state, your party, your country, and only one individual has been able to capture that story. Fortunately, Chris, he's on our team. His name is Chris Gardner. And I believe he's going to appear on your screen.
Is that my cue?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Travis makes choices sometimes.
I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
I was going to hold off, but I figured, you know what? Let's get the party started.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And good morning.
Yeah. Okay, here it comes.
And a happy weekend.
Oh, wow.
Walnuts.
Nice.
Now I want to go to Six Flags. Someone was tweeting about Tom's Twister the other day. Love Tom's Twister.
Sounds like what the guy said to you when he was kissing you in Tucson.
The Frenchman?
Oh, yeah. He won a little Tom Twister.
Best ride at Six Flags?
I won't. Here's what I won't ride. The swings.
Okay, give me 10 minutes on why the swings are brought to us by the Anunnaki.
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's just I don't trust them.
Thank you.
They kind of sit
I don't
up on the
trust them.
hill some. They got their chains,
Yeah.
and then they elevate as they're on a hill and go up and just fling you out to the side.
Yeah.
I don't trust that. I'm not comfortable with it. I won't ride the swings.
Underrated, the Viking dragon ship. Kind of fun.
Is that the one that used to be the pirate ship?
It did.
Yeah.
And now it was
That-
the Joker.
I had an issue with that one at one point in my life.
Yeah,
Thinking-
I did as well.
Do you think
I'm
in
with you on
100
that one,
years
my
they'll
friend.
have the hijacker plane as a
Yeah.
as a
I
ride?
mean, they're going to do something. Yeah,
Kind of the
why
same
not?
thing, right? Pirates or
essentially.
Vikings? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, really? It's
Like, look
put-
back on time.
let's put 7-year-olds on hijacker planes at
Yes.
Six Flags.
No, that would make
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
When you look
Don't
back
at me.
on time.
That's a real thing,
yeah.
man. Come on.
But when it was the pirate ship, this is when I was a little younger, a little more svelte, I guess. I was skinny. I was actually really skinny.
Okay.
And I was in the back of that ride, and they just
Yeah, you were.
They have those.
Nice.
The things that latch you in weren't like a seatbelt. It was just like the bar.
The
that
bar
sits.
just sat across your lap.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
Kind of
would go-
that adds to it, though.
That's
You would go back,
and then you
would
would
slide, and I was skinny, and
Uh-huh.
like it got to one point where
It felt
my
like-
hips came out over the
Oh
thing,
dear.
and all I could look at was
And then
all
when
the
you-
cogs and the machinery that was down below, and I'm like, I'm gonna fall out of this damn
Oh,
thing
sweet
and just
mercy.
get crushed.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I could not wait to get off that ride,
That's fair.
so I had an issue with that one too.
I had an issue with that one because I underestimated that ride. Because I had done all the roller coasters up until that point, so the cousins and I were like, "Oh, we'll just get on this Joker ride. What's the big deal? It's a freaking boat going back and
Yeah.
forth like a pendulum. No one cares." Oh dear God,
Yeah.
that thing gets pretty high. It gets very high.
As high as
And-
you?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, Chris. But yes, I completely can understand why you would.
You're right.
despise
It
that
is. It is. I don't know if the word's underrated.
It's
but
not your traditional.
It's deceiving.
Yes,
deceiving.
it's not your traditional ride at an amusement park.
I'm saying for the line budget,
Yeah.
your time budget,
Yeah.
the feeling you get,
Yeah.
takes your stomach out a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Just saying.
That's a good call. And you don't know it when you're, if you haven't experienced it.
Especially go on that after the ninja beats the crap out of your
The
neck.
ninja beats the crap out of your neck, and I really wish they had. I mean, you would
People
think,
sleight of height don't understand this, but at the age of like 11, ninja started being a no-go.
yeah, especially because I think we will go back and look at it. We will say yes, football was responsible for obviously CTE. That's probably like 88%. 12% is definitely coming from the ninja.
Yeah, in the greater Eureka area.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
What's the one that goes upside down that's a roller coaster? Is that Mr. Freeze?
That goes up, and then you drop the quarter in front of your eye, and it's zero gravity, and you're like, whoa!
Nah,
Just like that.
Mr. Freeze is pretty dope. It's quick. They should call it Travis Terrell. But fact of the matter is, it is a very fun ride, though.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
they should call it Travis
You
Terrell.
made me miss Six Flags there for a second
No
with the
problem.
song.
That's what I'm here
Turkey
for. my
leg?
friend. Oh,
They're
yeah.
okay. Turkey legs are overrated.
They are a little bit overrated. I'm with Garth
Better
on
than
that
waiting
one.
2 hours for McDonald's that you overpay for on the grounds.
That's
Well,
very
you got to
true.
bring your own lunch.
That's also very
You're
true.
one of those families?
We used to be.
Oh,
That's
man.
right. Hey, man. Hey,
PB&J? You're
Rich,
like,
rich boy over here. Rich boy. Looking at. Oh, my
here
mom
we
made
go.
sure we got
There we go.
the best snacks at Six Flags. She bought the front of the line pass. Make sure her Denman boys. And you can only imagine. Can you imagine getting on a roller coaster with them too? You saw the brother in here earlier this week. You saw the brother in here earlier this week. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Those two. Oh, you want imagine them in front of you at the roller coaster.
Imagine them on a horse together.
that was the brakes breaking.
Imagine getting
I
on the
like-
Batman ride with those two.
Oh, Batman ruled.
I love when
Rules?
Chris gives you a little Jeff Fisher action when you're talking and you pause for a second and you hear Chris go. Just a little sniff.
Just a little sniff.
That was a Jeff Fisher move. Like when he was making a point or getting ready to make a point, it was always.
Is it because I'm annoyed, or am I taking it in and...
Can it be both?
Okay,
Thank
sure.
you.
I think it might be both.
You think they're mutually exclusive?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be one or the other.
It
We
does
do
not.
that too much in this
No,
world.
you're
Okay.
correct.
It's normally a combination of things.
You, sir, walk and chew gum.
Sometimes.
You can do that. You do that.
Except the sound of chewing gum gets to his
Yes.
phony
Like,
area.
"Ah,
What am I
stop
doing?"
the show. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that?
A lot of self-evaluation on the show this morning. It's good. Biggest waste of time at Six Flags? Remember those Looney Tunes cars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really want to open it up and you can't even get going.
Man,
The log plume. The log
Well, who is that?
plume? Is that
damn
the-
it.
Thunder River was where log flume. At least you get a little action going down.
No,
the
that's
mountain.
the Thunder River. Is when you
Thunder
get the
River-
action.
Thunder River, you just get stuck under a waterfall.
But you always wondered, hey, am I going to get the waterfall seat on this ride?
Yeah, right. And then it's like, oh, that was fun, and now I have to walk around for 7 more hours, and I'm chafed.
When they had the Olympic, was it the Olympic trials? I guess.
Yeah,
they
they did. They had
they
the,
did the
Whatever the one with the
kayaking.
kayaks.
Yeah, on Thunder River.
Yeah.
That's to me that's still weird.
That is
we
weird.
We used Thunder River to decide who would be Olympians possibly.
Thunder River. Chris is correct. He's absolutely right. It is.
I love Thunder River.
I love it, but it is absolutely stupid.
Yeah, but then if there's even any kind of malfunction, you just get ground up in a bunch of gears that are in the water. You ever look down in there? That ain't a river.
It's like the underground,
You're
the
on
Matrix.
top. You're on top of a factory, basically. There's an assembly line underneath you, just waiting to grind you up.
What was that? Whatever.
Can they drain it and just show us what it looks like?
No.
I don't want to
This
see
is
that.
up- yeah,
I don't
you know
think
how
we
many-
want to see the insides of that. That's kind of scary.
You know how many children's stuffed animals are worked in it? That'd
How
be
many-
stuff of horror movies.
It's probably wise never to look inside there.
We have listener comments on the thoughts. Some people leave to eat their packed lunch, and some people bust out washerboards and tailgate in the parking lot until security tells them that's not allowed. It's the black sheep.
Oh boy.
You guys ever do the, the summer pass? And you go, all I have to do is come one more time, and it pays for itself.
I never did
And
the
then,
summer pass.
and
I've never
then
done the summer
you
pass.
don't. Then you don't come back.
You don't, yeah.
You're
Yep.
a rich boy, man. You live
Excuse
that
me?
life. You really live that. Look, the rest of us had to go around the neighborhood collecting
Oh, here we
75
go.
cans so we can get at least
Right.
15% off on 2 tickets.
Okay, sure.
So, look,
Mm-hmm.
rich boy walking around. We're going to summer pass, hey guys.
Right.
We're going to go ahead and hop on the train tracks. And,
How many times-
stand by me and just walk to Eureka. And as a
Why did I have a speech impediment?
Eureka.
What? How many? Tell me this. How many times did my parents busting their ass and then money donated to that send you to Six Flags? I'm just curious. Like,
Oh.
how many boys and girls trips did we fund as donators to that? I just want to know. I mean,
First
can I
is
get a
we-
thank? Can I get a thank you?
We
The
fool,
rural
that fool, that
communities-
was see, that's
Can I
just
get
like
a
a white,
thank
that's
you?
just like white privilege.
Can I
That-
get a thank
that ain't
you?
your money. That's your mama money. Up here,
I said my parents.
We up here. We are you happy? We donated. Your mama may have donated, and that's because she's a sweet woman. But that's beside the point. You had a summer pass. Gardner was white. He didn't have a summer
I
pass.
personally bought one.
It's just because we never got the summer pass because we were only going to go there once a summer.
We
were Right.
only
We
gonna go
knew
once, yeah.
we knew that as a family.
No
Look, this
doubt.
is my dad.
We knew it was a one
It
time.
was not going to work with my father.
I'm with you there, Gardner. Preach.
My dad, I tried to ask him to buy me fireworks before.
Mm.
And he'd go, oh yeah, sure. Why don't I buy you fireworks? Or
There we go.
I could just take this $20 bill and light it on fire. It's
Right.
the same
That's-
thing.
Yeah, there you go.
You're not getting a summer pass with William Leon Gardner around.
You're
Billy
right.
Leon.
Hey, my mother, same way. She would catalog it. She was like, so you want me to leave work early? That means I won't be able to get you no clothes for the upcoming school year. Then we're going to have to get on a bus, ride out from the city to Eureka. That's going to be 2 hours. And then we got to get in line. Then I got to spend X dollars. And then you're going to want something to eat, don't you? And you want something to drink, don't you? Then you're probably going to want an outfit when you go out to Six Flags,
yeah.
won't you?
Oh, wow,
And
yeah.
then you probably want to play a couple games, don't you? And then we got to get back 2 hours on a bus to get back to the city. Not my weekends.
I understand.
Not my weekends.
I understand, Travis.
So sorry, rich boy. Sorry if I feel a certain way about it. Oh, got a summer pass. Look at me. Oh my
Is there
God.
anything more white privilege, Travis, than the Six Flags summer pass?
That is that bad. I don't know. Did Dad drop you off? Let me guess. Dad dropped you off, and like you and your brother go have fun by yourself.
No supervision?
No supervision. You know that's boy.
Oh, no, that
you had
wasn't-
supervision.
That was yeah.
Who was your supervision? Was it
My
like
parents.
the neighbor who
My
had a
parents.
crack habit in Farmington, and he
Do you
was
think
like,
that was a thing?
after you lived out on a farm, everybody was a friend and family. Like, hey,
What's happening?
Otis, you live.
No, Otis.
Travis, rural, it's meth habit.
Sorry,
Urban,
my
it's
bad,
crack
my
habit.
bad. I get my
Okay,
drugs.
gotcha. Well, this has gotten confusing in a hurry. We've got fair or foul today. We have $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill to give away. The JVL Jackal just picked up his $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill.
Oh
and,
yeah.
he said it was interesting to hear Travis scream the We Are Live thing from the room over. Welcome to Midcoast Media.
My apologies.
So there is that. Lots to get to today. I mentioned fair or foul. Gardner, it looks as though you're plagiarizing in your fair or fouls now. What do you got?
Well, I don't know if I'm plagiarizing.
I'd say it's
And this-
plagiarizing. I don't see any credits to it.
There are credits to it.
Okay, go ahead.
This was suggested by Travis after seeing a tweet from Angela Smith yesterday.
Okay, I'm familiar with her. She just featured for Ryan Singer this week for us.
On the tweet that I sent out with the fair or foul, I did say inspired by an Angela Smith tweet.
Inspired by or directly copied and pasted?
Well, I think just getting creative with words.
Yeah, you're just being cute now.
Yeah, maybe you could be a little more original. I don't know.
I don't know if it's
Well, there is that.
because it technically I just rephrased it.
Oh, a rephrasing, Mr. Trump. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay.
Well, I said would when I should have said wouldn't. Is that how
Got it.
that works?
Got it.
Okay, so it is being required to list at least one X as a reference on every job application.
It's pretty funny. Do you get to choose the X in our scenario?
I mean,
Scenario?
go for it. I mean, I
think
think you're
so.
you're rolling the dice with anyone, aren't you? You're not friends with any of
some-
your exes, are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't care. Sure.
So, but
I'd say hello to any of my exes.
Yeah, but would you put them as a reference for you?
Well, you have to if it's required.
What I'm saying is, but would it matter which ex it is? Do you think you'll
Yeah.
get a glowing
Yes, it would.
recommendation
Yes.
from all your
Yeah.
exes?
Oh no. That's why there's
okay.
that's why there's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's why I think you got to go with whoever you had like a breezy summer fling with that you kind of you called it dating or whatever, but you both knew it was ending because somebody was moving. That way you didn't hate each other or any. There's nothing too much. That's what I would recommend.
That'd be a good move.
Mhm.
I ended a relationship. Not me personally. It was a mutual thing. When a girl
Oh,
was
sure it was.
moving to
Sure it was.
Japan,
Oh, nice.
so I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work.
Right.
I ain't coming to Japan.
But do you think she'll give you a glowing reference if you're applying for a job?
Yeah,
Because you kept it short enough.
yeah. I mean, it was
You didn't stay alive long enough to become the
it
villain.
was a couple years.
I think it
Oh,
cannot
wow.
it cannot be amicable. It can't, like, if we're talking about references, I'm talking about it cannot be from amicable endings to relationships. So that's where it should get a little bit more confrontational.
Well,
should
then
be
you just
from
go with
whether
the-
you broke up with her or she broke up with you. That's where you get your references from, those exes, not the exes where you're like, I'm moving to another country, or hey, I'm in college and you
Well,
are
then-
a bartender.
Well, then the
I don't know.
well then the strategy is obviously pick the best looking one, because that makes you look cool to the employer no matter what they say. If you've got an ace up your sleeve,
Chris
but
is playing
she
to
might
vanity.
be nutty, yeah,
He
you
is
play to
interesting.
vanity.
I like that play. That's not a bad play.
Going for a sales role,
Travis-
you talked her into dating you.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's got a
That's
point
like
there.
was it Lane Kiffin?
Yeah, Lane Kiffin, he judges assistant coaches. He determines on how strong they work.
Yeah, if
he
you've
says
got
he
some
can
Wolf of
determine-
Wall Street type hiring you,
Yeah, I mean, it's Lane Kiffin. So how else would a douche nugget like Lane Kiffin go about and picking his coaching staff? By determining how hot their wives or girlfriends are.
now if it's a more modest thing, you take the Curb Your Enthusiasm approach. Maybe you go with one of your friends that were not so vanity stricken. You know what I mean? If it's a modest position you're going for, go with someone
This
that
is
that's
interesting.
respectful.
Now we've jumped into a really deep dive because now I want to
Have we?
know: do you? No, because
That was pretty shallow.
Do you question?
Yeah, this
do
is
you
three-
look at your
this is
friends?
3 feet of water, Travis.
All right, but do you question your friends, or do you look at them differently based on the looks of the person that they're dating?
So,
So you could have a really
depends on
cool.
the age.
You have a friend that you love and
depends on the
trust,
age.
and that you get along with. You've known each other since you were kids, and you look up one day, and she brings Wanda from And Live in Color to the house.
She does.
Or he does, and or she, and you're like, oh, okay. We've all had a friend who dated someone where you're just like, oh, hey, it was a bless your heart situation. So I think it's
The intern like that one.
but is it not like you've had friends who've had a bless your heart situation?
That's-
Do you look at them
Not even
differently
bless
at that
your heart.
moment?
It's like, God, you're a better man than I.
So yes, do you look at them differently because of that?
I think they're better for that much. But then you also,
Interesting.
but
I don't-
then-
Wait,
I
what?
don't-
So, I think. See, here's the problem.
Uh-oh.
Because you get into this, if you go strictly vanity, so I hear,
Uh-oh.
and you don't focus on the getting along part or the is this the right fit for
Sure.
your personality because you have someone who's stereotypically hot, it ends in flames, and it's not a good fit. And then after like your seventh one of those, where everybody's like, oh, here you go, bringing in Hottie McHot again, people get tired of it. They do. It's like fight
This is
stories.
a reverse humble brag. I've never seen this done before. He's
Really?
essentially saying that because he's dated uber hot girls, that it must have been a problem for everybody else. That's a good. That's well played.
You want to throw that at me?
I mean, damn, Chris.
What are you gonna do?
That was pretty good. It's like that was nice. That was like a little sneak dunk.
Little-
You didn't think I didn't think he was gonna get up,
Listen.
but you come up with the tomahawk. I like that. He basically said,
It was
my
girl-
friends could not handle how incredibly hot the girls that I were dating. So I understand if they were to date someone ugly because they have a strong personality. That's what you just said, and that is hell of a.
date jitsu is what I.
You
dropped on you.
did. I remember that was pretty good.
It is,
I
see,
don't-
I had you looking over here.
You did, and then
you
you
didn't know I had your
Uh-uh.
ankle, did
Nope,
you?
nope.
Oh, he's gonna hit me. He's gonna hit me. Oh, he's got the ankle, and
That was
it's all
well
over,
done.
and he just took your leg off.
Ball game. Ball
I ain't gonna
game.
lie.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Denman, I heard like Steph Curry back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Steph Curry, boy, that boy had a hot hand. He was out in these streets. I was like, damn. Damn.
Had?
No,
How about currently?
You currently, yes.
What? I don't
know
have you
what's
seen her?
happening. Yes, I'm trying to. We all have gone. What?
I don't get it.
What?
Yeah.
I don't look at friends differently though, because you don't know
Because you don't have any.
the ones I do have. You don't know what lies behind that door.
No.
You don't
Beneath-
know. Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's the thing.
There are
that's
things
the thing.
you
And
have
I-
to recognize your ignorance with situations and realize, hey, I don't know the whole story here, and I
yes,
probably
1
won't.
million %.
And I-
1,000,000%.
But I've had friends where even if they, according to
Plus,
my
I
preferences,
got enough of my own problems. I can't worry about.
I think it's an age
Very
thing.
true.
Figuring that
It
out.
is.
Once you kind of realize what's going on, you're like, maybe a little humbleness here
Mm-hmm.
and there. Or sit back and just kind of let things play out.
Yeah.
Or you, but to
Are you
Chris's
happy? Okay.
And I think
Yep.
essentially that's what Chris was talking about. I think if your friend is with someone that they get along with, that they enjoy talking to, and they have fun with their partner, I don't think most guys or girls or however your
As long as
friendships
it
are set
doesn't
up-
ruin my mood,
exactly,
then I'm fine.
Exactly. I think that's.
Yeah, I don't
fine.
care.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. All right. I just wanted to check. I do judge people, like
Yeah, because you're
inadvertently.
into like brands and specifically vanity.
No, because
and
I do.
that ass.
I will say to Chris's
Date,
point-
date a girl that's a stereotypical whatever, and she looks a certain way or wears a certain stuff. Whether you like it or not, if you're in a point in your life where you're going out to a lot of bars, hanging out, partying together, you're going to attract a certain type of person who's going to say things. And then if you're not okay with dudes saying things and being morons, you're going to get into a lot of altercations. Those things happen. Like
Or-
it's all crazy stuff that happens.
Then
No,
you
no,
also
no.
date-
No.
Then you also
Crazy,
date hot girls
crazy
who go
stuff.
seeking that attention.
Correct. And then you realize,
because-
and then you start wondering, like, why? What am I
Yes,
doing here? Where do I fit
exactly,
into this? Other than
exactly.
I'm in the 17th Street fight in the last
Right.
month over some
Right.
moron in a bar. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with
So
that.
I hear. Fair or foul today, being required to list at least one X is a reference on every job application, courtesy of Angela Smith on Twitter. She's a comic. She's very funny. We love working with her. Thank you for the blatant stealing of your tweet.
I said it.
Or as Gardner calls inspiration.
I'll take
That's
complete.
crediting.
I'm
That's
about-
accrediting.
I'm about to say
I've done this for a while now. I know how crediting goes.
No, I know. Okay. WAL at weareliveradio.com is how you do that. Today, we'll also be joined by Josh Eaker in the 9 o'clock hour. He is the front man for Brotherly and the Leather Jackals. He's part of the Midcoast family here. We're excited to chat with Josh.
I'm very happy to have Josh on.
You
Josh.
saw him on 420, bro.
I did. I checked him out at. I'm gonna screw up.
CBGB.
There we go.
That was difficult.
No, you guys.
You
bailed me
guys.
out. You saw
You
me.
guys.
No, I'm saying you saw where I was going and how I was going to struggle with that. So thank you, Chris Denman,
You're-
for
you're-
helping me with those 4 letters.
You're a little behind today. Your eyes aren't quite as open. You're not. You're bushy-tailed. You're not bright-eyed. What's going on? I have an idea of what it is. Gardner, do we have any video or graphic evidence of what I think is keeping our boy down this morning?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, Travis posted his movie time. It's for Avengers Endgame. Came out yesterday. 3 hours, 1 minute. That's important because Travis had an 8:45 p.m. ticket in downtown St. Louis, which is approximately 37 minutes from his home, and means that you didn't get out of that theater till damn near midnight.
It got out there right at midnight.
If I catch Travis's tweets and I see he was tweeting after 11 p.m., I get a little wishy-washy on if he's coming in the morning.
In fact, I think if folks aren't doing anything today, like going to work, you can actually go to a movie theater right now. Actually, they've had showings for Endgame starting as early as 3:45 today.
A.M.?
A.M. Wow. For folks to go check out the final chapter in the Marvel saga.
I mean, they have like 9 more movies
No, there are going
planned
to be
already.
like 25 new movies that are going to be launched in the next 4 years. But I did. I and a friend checked out Marvel's Avengers Endgame, and it was the closest thing to the perfect movie.
If it were Marvel did it, they created the perfect movie from Black to the Future on Twitter.
11:47 p.m.
Oh.
It was.
So were you more excited for the end of the movie or the tweet you were going to tweet at the end of the movie?
I didn't know I was going to tweet at the end because I didn't know how that movie was going to end. I will say.
No spoilers, by
no
the way. We're
spoilers.
not saying anything.
All I'm saying is that it is a beautiful love letter to Marvel fans. It really is. I think it was designed.
Careful.
It was designed
Careful.
to show love and respect to the fans that have supported Marvel over these last 22 plus movies, over the last 10 plus years. Like this was for the fans. So I don't know if
For the
anybody
people.
I don't know if anybody who's not familiar with the series would love it as much as those who've watched it over the last 10 years, but it was a really cool salute to the fans, the millions that have supported all of these characters over a decade, and it was a cool theater experience. It was a lot of fun, and I would imagine most of you will go out at some point over the next few days to check it out. If you're on the fence for whatever reason, I could not highly recommend a better movie.
So, what adjectives would you use to describe it?
How many booties?
Man, this wouldn't even be able to fit on the booty scale.
Okay.
This
Oh, wow.
exceeds this. We would have to
Create a
talk
new
with
scale?
We would have to talk with NASA in creating a new booty scale on how we measure booties in order for us to justify the greatness that was this movie.
So if you're like giving like movie blurbs for it, like when they do
Oh,
the
and like,
promos on television, all right, give me a couple if you could.
Mind blowing,
Okay.
breathtaking,
Okay.
stunning, thrill ride of the century.
Century.
Wow. This was
It's like your 21st birthday in Wakanda, like that kind of thing.
Man, it is just remember your first for real birthday party, like where you actually had your friends over.
Oh, man.
You had the super soakers in the
For
backyard.
my brother, it'd be the time we had a chimpanzee show up at the house.
Okay. Rich boy.
I think about that. I'm like, good thing that thing didn't rip anyone's face off.
But I just think about the happiest time of your childhood. Think about the happiest moments of your childhood.
Black Sheep wants to know, will I still like it if I didn't see Suicide Squad? I've seen all the Batmans.
Oh, shut up. Black sheep.
Also, Sam Lyons wants us to do the rest of the show just a close up of Trav.
Just a close up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Is that all right?
we can. See how
If we
that
do
looks.
that. Oh man, what you sniffing over there? If you guys are listening at home, Travis is making eyes and biting lips
You
at
got
the
that
camera.
matte
and it's-
finish again today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I had fun. It was good, man. That was good. That was good stuff.
What were you gonna say there?
I was
Good.
gonna, I didn't want to go PG-13 so early in the morning, but
How
man, that
Marvel
was-
of you.
But it was a fun movie, and
Does it adjust the landscape of other movies?
it does not drastically.
That's a really good, very general question.
That it does not drastically, but it wasn't designed to be a table setter, but it does give their more popular franchises room to start their next chapters.
What about for other movies outside the genre? Like, is it that powerful?
As far as like it is above and beyond the best superhero movie ever made. There's no doubt about that. As far as like action adventure, it has to go up there with the top 5 action adventure films of all time. It's a movie that now it isn't just CGI and battles. It is a brilliantly told story that finds a way to connect every movie you've seen up until this point. And they do it in such a way that it isn't, just hammed together. It isn't like they just glued it together just to do it. They had a seamless transition between all the films and a nice tie-in with the final chapter.
Just before she left for work this morning, I said to her, "Do you want to see Avengers Endgame?" And she's like, "Yeah, I would like to see that." I go, "Okay." I go, "If you want to go see it, I'll go see it with you."
Nice.
She said, "Oh, okay." She's like, "You're gonna have to watch some of the other movies first." I go,
look what you've done.
I'm not going to do that because this one's 3 hours long. I'm not going to watch other movies to go watch a 3-hour movie. I'll talk to Travis and find out what I need to know beforehand and just kind of piece together some stuff and then at least be able to kind of follow along.
And here's the thing: you see the runtime, and I completely understand where you're coming from. Don't get me wrong, but that movie, you didn't realize, you didn't feel the 3 hours, and you could even argue, and no one's going to complain about the 3 hours, but you can even argue you could have added another 10 minutes, another 15 minutes, if you really wanted to. It was such a well-told story. And when you have so many characters and previous storylines all having to connect, you understand the runtime. I don't think you necessarily have to watch all of them to watch this one, but I think you would have a better appreciation for the film if you had. Because again, like Infinity War, there are no backstories. You just have to have known where these characters were and what they had gone through to kind of understand some emotional moments throughout the film. But it is.
But I don't necessarily need to know all that.
No, and that's fine.
I'm going for someone.
And go for someone else, and then go for, like I said, the theater experience.
I
Like
need
said,
to
it's one
make
of
it. Can I make it through the 3 hours?
Yes.
With a little background.
Yes.
Not a ton, but a little background to go enjoy a movie.
Here's another thing that I found that made this Marvel edition strong as any of them. The acting is phenomenal, and you actually they allow. Because there are some real actors in this movie. I know they're in costume garb and these crazy over-the-top superhero stories, but there are some hardcore actors. Robert Downey Jr. is an actor. And so he has moments in this film where he can truly showcase his acting chops.
Acting.
So everyone has that opportunity in this film, and I think that's good. But that was the best part about it because you finally got a chance to see, when you strip down all the CGI and the green screens, you finally get to see how good these guys are at their jobs. And they're brilliant actors. So I enjoyed that part of it as well.
I'm disappointed I didn't hear you say a phrase to describe the movie. I thought you would use it.
Oh, boy.
Chris, if you could, to your right, taped under the table.
Oh, wow. It's like
right
Oprah.
around there.
Oh, boy.
There's an envelope.
Oh, wow. What is this? What is this?
There was a phrase.
Taped envelope.
Could you open the envelope, please?
Wait, this is going to another level of production. Okay.
There is
I'm opening
Did
the
you know
envelope.
this was there?
I really didn't.
a folded Post-it note
Oh, my.
that I wrote something on before the show.
A post-it note. You know when he uses a post-it note, things get
It's
serious.
serious.
So I'm disappointed that this didn't happen.
Okay. What was the phrase?
So it says,
I don't
wanna-
know. I don't know if we can get close enough.
we'll see.
Travis-
We'll go to close up.
Travis will call Avengers Endgame game changer.
A
I
game
did not.
changer.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Because I think Infinity War was the game changer.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, wow.
I think
If I would have had more knowledge, I would have
Yeah.
been better.
Infinity
at this.
War was the game changer and for several reasons. Now, can I at least give away
How theatrical.
Can I at least give away the ending to Infinity War?
Oh, I mean, yeah, people.
It's been a year. All right, so Infinity War did something that I don't think we have ever seen on screen with a lot of superheroes, and that's
Kill Black Panther.
kill main characters. We hadn't seen that. Like, we've seen them in peril.
Sounds like when he dies.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. But it is, oh man, gosh, you bring up Black Panther. There's a Black Panther moment. Oh my God.
You're gonna be okay.
It is, oh God. I was doing fine. I was keeping it all under control. Now my emotions are coming back. It was, there is so much emotion in this movie.
Did Black Panther pull up to Captain America
It was,
in cars next to each other?
it
and then
was-
Black Panther
I-
drove off to heaven.
there was no Paul Walker.
Okay.
There are some fun cameos. You still get your Stan Lee cameo, another poetic, and that is his final cameo.
You think?
At least that's what we've been
You
told.
think.
Right.
But
I think
if
I
that
would be
is his final
surprised-
cameo, it is a brilliant send-off. It was just so, like I said, it was a love letter to fans. And you can tell they listen to their fans. They've heard what they have had to say, whether it's online blogs or people who've done the podcast about Marvel films. They are fans of the fans, and I thought that was cool. And you don't see a lot of movies or studios willing to do that But you can tell it was a nice tip of the cap. I mean, you got to think about what Infinity War did in theaters last summer. Like, it just absolutely did. And again, we said this.
Game changer.
It was a game changer. But we said this a couple of days ago, how Marvel had no idea that this was going to be the plan. Like, there will be people, I'm sure, that are around parts of, the backlots at Disney who will say, oh, actually, I saw this 12 years ago. No.
They've simultaneously done the biggest thing in entertainment film and also scared the bejesus out of anyone for taking any sort of creative license or risk at a high level because they've created the perfect algorithm or whatever it is. Plan. Because now you don't even see it, man. Look, like everything is extremely formatted with how much money's on the line now. And while what they've done is amazing, like you're not going to see. That's why TV and Netflix and everything's so good
I think
now
that's
because
what
you
they
can't get movies made.
But I think that's what Marvel realized along the way is that they wanted to create a serialized movie. So where they can have different episodes or different movies that ultimately lead up to one grand finale. And I don't think there's necessarily a formula, but they found what truly worked and they exposed that. They basically said, oh, okay, this is what audiences really like in their films. All right, so let's give them more of that. I don't think you see a ton of studios doing that. I think you can look to DC. You can look at what they've done. You look at Warner Brothers, and you can see how, no, it's not just just come up with a algorithm and fans will come out for it. Fans want story. They want to be invested. And Marvel, for a major studio to take the time to do that, we've never seen that in the industry. I don't think we've just ever seen that ever. So I think the closest we've seen it is, of course, Star Wars. So I think if you want to compare it to anything, this is what Star Wars was to my parents' generation. This is what Endgame is for ours.
Oh, for me, that's National Treasure, but okay.
That's weird. That's so weird.
Well, Avatar's about to come jumping back into your life. You're excited about that?
I know, but yeah, I'll watch it. I mean, I guess. I mean, if it's on Netflix, I'll probably go see it. But Avatar,
Last of the Mohicans, Fern Gully, or Avatar? Which
someone
one's the
made
best?
Someone made a very interesting point the other day. It's crazy how much money Avatar made, and not one person can recite a quote from that film.
Never saw it.
Someone made the point, like, have you ever known a movie? It's the highest grossing film of all time.
No, you
and
can
no
quote
one
it.
can really.
You know the thing where he's like,
you know the thing that
me, connect to me.
Yeah.
It has blue
exactly.
people
Where
in
they
it.
do it.
Is that right? Avatar.
Yeah.
Is that Avatar?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a different planet or something, or what is
Yeah.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's very confusing.
I don't wanna see
Look at the
that.
lot of
cast.
tall,
You know how
attractive
forgettable.
aliens
Think
in
about
that.
the cast in that movie. That is a forgettable. No disrespect to those amazing actors, but in the grand scheme
You remember
of being
Sigourney Weaver being in it more than anyone. She was a very small part.
Sigourney Weaver.
Whatever.
and
Stop it.
Sam Worthington, I think, was the lead.
Who?
Exactly. You haven't seen Sam Worthington in anything. There have been like 900
I thought
superhero movies.
Worthington,
Zoe Saldana.
Or Worthington's Candy? Is that Candy?
I don't know. Is it Sam Worthington? I don't even know if I'm saying his name right.
That's how forgettable it is.
That's how forgettable the movie was.
I think it was more about the effects.
We remember some of the effects, but like we've seen things on screen that have been 10 times better since.
I don't know. Have we?
I think we have.
Green Book?
Oh, sweet Lord. But yeah, man, that was Avatar. I don't know. And then if you're gonna build off that kind of success, again, highest grossing film of all time.
This is where your vanity's kicking in.
You
Travis.
gotta release
You're
another
judging everything by money.
Avatar.
Bill Beck's asking if I got an OTPHJ during that movie. It's not.
Over the
No.
Oh no.
It's not a.
What is that? Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
No, that's not a. It's
Yeah.
not a thing.
That was troubling. Sam Worthington. Who? So
Is
yeah,
the
Zoe
answer
Saldana.
yes?
She was in it. She's the only star left.
The mean
Everyone
guy,
else is
the
not in
mean,
there.
The dude with it, who's taking HGH in his 50s, who's all jacked.
I don't
That
remember.
guy.
I don't even remember
You know
the
what
name
I'm
of his
talking about?
character.
He got a dinosaur movie on like Fox for like half a season.
But do you remember the name of the character or even the actor?
Mean guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How? How do we let Avatar happen?
You're about to. They're going
Why
to
are
probably
you-
set
why are you
records with
all
the
of a
next
sudden
one.
mad at
I'm
Avatar
not
when
ma-
you should just be glowing from enjoying a movie?
Because if James
experience
Cameron
last
had taken
night.
the time to actually do Terminator, we wouldn't be in this situation. He is returning for Terminator, so that is good.
Okay,
Sorry.
curious.
Just
Okay.
saying. Do you want to see the new Avatar when it drop?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I won't watch it like I did the first one. That was kind of funny how that went down. But I'll watch it. Yeah, why not?
I guess.
You think if I went back and watched it, I'd think it was terrible?
I've never wanted to rewatch Avatar.
Cankle says you know exactly what those letters mean.
Yeah,
Because you give them for. Okay.
No, I've never wanted to.
Was that directed to me?
Probably. Hey, what? Like Avatar is just one of those. Like if it comes on cable television, you're not stopping to watch that. And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to James Cameron. I'm just saying that movie is oddly forgettable for how popular it was.
Well, you did just yell at him, so you were kind of
That
disrespectful.
was a little bit disrespectful.
We have our fingers on the pulse
I
of
apologize,
pop culture
James.
as well.
I apologize, James.
So, do you think that read into what he just did? He just apologized to James.
He's an
I'm surprised he
industry
didn't call.
insider
I'm
now?
surprised he didn't call him Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim Cameron. Because Travis,
what-
in his convoluted brain and world, thinks he's going to be like at the same table as James Cameron in a matter of months.
That's what Rammer does. Bob
Oh,
Rammer
is that
does
right?
it. Oh,
Called-
Chuck Bronson. Yeah, I saw Chuck Bronson. What are you doing?
We're gonna get Rammer in here sometime.
Yeah, we'll do it sometime. You know what I would love to do with Rammer is we wouldn't even have not talk sports, but if we did movies and stuff like that with
I
him,
would love that.
He would love it.
How about him versus Travis, Clint Eastwood films and discussion?
Oh God,
That'd be great.
That would turn into a fight.
That'd be really good.
No, it might get physical.
I like that. And
You have
Rammer's-
to realize one reason Rammer and I get along is we both realize we have hillbilly blood,
Ah.
and
I like
it
that.
also
I like
leads
that
to
about you.
Oh, that's
like
good.
even between him and I, it leads to confrontation.
Yeah.
I will say this about Rammer's a loyal guy. Like Rammer is loyal to his guys, and that's what I have a ton of respect
Yes.
for.
You know who
he's
I'm
very
loyal to? Tommy Bannister
Oh,
from
boy.
Circa
How about
Properties.
them apples?
Did you
Look
know
at
that?
transition? Yes.
Why should you work with Tom?
Chris, why should I work with this emoji-looking fellow?
Well, he strives to make the process of selling your home as easy as possible. He has a full team supporting him in the background. He prides himself on his ability to listen and deliver what his customers want and make sure they're having fun along the way. Contact Tom Bannister. Tom.Bannister at Circa, with the C, none of that S stuff, Circa, STL.com. Text him, call him, 314-393-5386. It's time to buy that new house, or if you're looking to sell as well, Tommy Bannister, Circa Properties, supports us, so you support him. You're on that. You're having a cigarette, aren't you? You're having a cigarette. You're relaxed. You saw Endgame, and you're just
But here's
done
the thing.
for the weekend.
No, I'm not done for the weekend
You gonna go
because we
see it
have
again?
I'm probably going to see it again. But we also have Battle of Winterfell in
Oh,
2 days.
No. Oh no.
So this is an emotional weekend. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot. A brother is going to have. I'm going to have to slow down because I am going to have a breakdown emotionally because there's so much going on presently in my life. Obviously, having to overcome.
Oh, is there?
Having to overcome Endgame.
Oh,
my God,
boy.
that was a lot. And then this upcoming Sunday, perhaps one of the greatest battles ever put on film, the Battle of Winterfell, as our heroes take on the scary White Walkers.
Why they
and
gotta
the
be
Night
white?
King. This could be.
Do you think this is gonna be just bloody?
This is going to be an
disgusting mess?
emotional wrecking weekend. Honestly, I don't know if we should do a show on Monday. If we're being totally honest, I think we should take a day.
Is this you preparing us?
I'm not
for,
preparing. No, man.
for New York.
I'll be here.
For New York.
I'll be here on
Yeah,
Monday.
I said I
man.
was going to video in
I
5
mean,
days a week.
I mean, I
We're looking at
told ya.
2.5.
Look,
What's
but-
Matt Widener doing?
But I don't know. I just don't know, man. Like, because there's a lot gonna happen on Sunday. There's a lot already happened with Endgame, and then here in St. Louis,
You're
the
speaking
Blues.
as if like relatives are on the line here. You're
Man,
genuinely
I'm not
speaking
gonna lie.
emotionally.
Can I talk about-
the? You go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me
go ahead.
look.
Please.
Look over this span of the start of Game of Thrones and this Sunday. I've had probably a total of 4 serious relationships, and none of them brought me as much joy and fulfillment as Game of Thrones. So, excuse me, Chris, if I don't have someone to go home to at the end of the day. All right? Sorry, Gardner.
Maybe you
I
should
don't
get a
have
dog.
kitty cats waiting for me. They're going to wobble against the wall and fall
you
on
should
their
see my
face.
new video
I
with
did
it.
see it. It
Did you
was
see-
very
yeah, I
adorable.
did show
It was
that to
very
you.
cute. But
When
still,
he
I'm
moves
making
to
a
New
point
York,
here.
he should purposely feed one pigeon or rat, and he can call it that. That'll be your pet.
Oh, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, I could
Find
do
yourself a good park bench
that.
then.
Oh, relax, everyone.
No, I
Fact
mean,
of
you
the
want a
matter
park
is,
bench there.
it's just I'm
You
so
might need to stay there,
emotionally-
actually.
Well, that's another thing because I'm on the verge of basically spending more money on a place to live than I have in my entire life, and that comes with certain levels of anxiety. So, especially when you podcast for a living. So you understand why I'm a little bit anxious, if you will, nervous, worried right now currently in my life. Because I am rolling the big dice. Not the little ones, Chris. Not the little small ones you get at the Alton Bill Casino. No, I'm talking about big brass balls dice at the Bellagio. I'm at the table with high rollers and big whales.
The Alton Bell?
It's the first Alton Bell reference I think we've ever had.
Yes,
There was a
is.
couple.
It is. I don't know
We've
why.
talked about Six Flags and the Alton Bell today in the first hour.
Chris said it was going to be a party on Friday. We weren't lying.
What
But,
the hell is
like,
going
but that's what
on
I'm
here?
dealing with, man. It's high stakes poker, baby. It's like I'm getting in the ring
How
with
many other
McGregor.
cliches can you fill in?
I'm
here?
gonna say I'm like getting in the octagon with McGregor, baby. Two will enter,
Yeah,
one
he
will
ret- I
leave.
thought he retired.
KTFO? Is that what's going to happen to you?
Look, it's like Chris trying to get on the keto diet. It is
Keto
going to
Kalin?
be a
Friend of the
struggle.
show?
Yes, you're like, hey, Kato, pass me the bologna.
Yeah, why didn't you ask him about inventing that diet?
I didn't
when he
want
was
to
in
be.
there?
I didn't want to be rude.
Do you know how many belt loops I'm down?
Oh, Chris, tell us how many belt loops are you down?
A bunch, bro.
A bunch? That's a real number.
Sharing belts with Tommy, the intern.
Oh, what? I don't think that's the case. Tommy's
Essentially
easily.
the same waist size now.
No, Tommy's 97
I
pounds.
could actually wear Tommy as a belt.
and literally shops at Kids R Us.
Tommy, how much you weigh?
Love questions off mic. Those are fun.
110.
Do you really?
110. That's like 6 Chris
110
Demons.
pounds. 6 Chris Edmonds? That's kind of mean, man. You could have 3 would have been appropriately
Yeah, that
mean.
was mean. I apologize.
So are you going to be at work on Monday?
What?
Good question. Yeah.
When you answer it with what, that's not a good start.
Look, if
Because people put in work over the weekend in anticipation that other people will be
I
here.
will be here on Monday.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works, right? We anticipate that Travis will be here.
I will
Okay.
be. I will be on the show Monday.
Mentally, you'll be out of it, though?
I will be participating in the show on Monday.
You don't know what's going to happen, though, do you?
I will be present.
So if,
For
you,
the
if you're not a
show
fan, and this
Monday.
isn't spoiling or anything, Game of Thrones is about to lay waste to, we assume, about to lay waste to a ton of characters. And
Characters we like, not just
Travis
characters
cares
that
more
are.
about Game of Thrones characters than he does his coworkers and friends here at Midcoast Media.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Gardner?
I would.
Gardner?
I would.
Gardner?
I say you guys are even. Can I say you even? Yeah. I care.
Fictional made-up characters?
Yeah, I care about Arya
Not even the
Stark about
actors.
as much as I care about Chris.
I'm not showing you any side boob, pal.
Is she the one that got banged recently?
Take it easy.
So that's a yes?
Stacey Static says she's revoking my cool card if I snort one more time. I hope she
I
doesn't
snort
see this.
quite a bit, too. If you're not here on Monday, we're just going to replay that cow video over and over. And
Yeah, I'm just laugh at that. I'm into that.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's all I got.
Maybe
Not
we'll
bad.
interview the owner, Mark Heckman of Gateway Powder Coating.
Oh.
That could be fun. He's a talented guy.
Well, Chris, if he's not providing anything that's fast, durable, or affordable.
Well, good news, he is.
What?
Gateway Powder Coating's here to take care of your wheels. Anything metal, if you can paint it, they can powder coat it. They support us. You support them. Check out gatewaypowdercoat.com for more information.
Last night here in the city of St. Louis, your St. Louis Blues take game 1 over the Dallas Stars in the second round of the NHL playoffs. Vladimir Tarasenko, a.k.a. the Russian Tank, holding it down for
Is
your
that a
St.
thing?
Louis Blues. Blues.
Yeah, he hates that name.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I will call him.
I'm against war.
Oh, that's fair.
Better than your
Is that
German.
better? I don't know, man. We heard that German thing, and I was like, I wasn't that far off.
I think I just don't know
I
what
don't
Germans
know.
sound like.
You just do that, right? Yeah.
Vlad the Impaler. How about that? That works.
Still
a
again,
little bit-
that's like in 100 years calling somebody like the Bin Laden of hockey, right?
I think so.
Vlad the Impaler he murdered a lot of people.
But the Russians like them.
He impaled people.
Didn't the Russians like him?
I don't know.
I don't think he's like probably a pretty
Tarasenko could do
pretty
whatever.
ruthless ruler.
Vladimir Tarasenko, a.k.a. White Russian?
He's not the biggest. He's not the most talked about Vladimir today, so I don't really care.
Very true.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is making
You
his
see me
MLB
on the
debut.
horse with no shirt.
That would be dope.
Is that all right?
That would be dope if he came to
Could
a
I
Cardinal
pass as
game.
Russian?
You could not. Blues win 3-2. Take the series 1-0.
You guys excited
Okay.
for? I saw a bunch of people flipping out online because NBC Sports didn't go from the overtime Boston game to the Blues game. People were losing their
Yeah, and I think it depended on your cable provider and stuff.
If you had
Maybe?
Spectrum, I think if you had Spectrum, you were without it for a while. If you had DirecTV,
yeah, that's
you
annoying.
had it. NBC Sports Network did have I believe, was it the Bruins game that went into overtime?
I don't know.
I couldn't be sure because I was in the game. But it sounded like the game that was before the Blues went into overtime, thus bleeding into the start time for it to be shown. The game commenced, but you could not watch it anywhere. And a lot of people were upset about
This
that.
is the
Now,
kind
people
of-
were upset also about the start time, but I'm like, shut up about that. But yeah, the not
it is
having
a
it
terrible
available.
start time,
So
but-
it is a terrible start time, but your team's in the playoffs. So which would you prefer? Your teams to be in the playoff, or are you crying about start times?
If this was in game moving their start time around, he would care.
No, I'm saying is that you know why the start time is because there isn't a ton of networks that are broadcasting NHL playoff games. Let's be honest. So because you only have one exclusive network, you're going to run into that situation.
So blame the
NHL
league.
set that up.
So
blame the league. You can
yeah.
blame the league. That's
Yeah,
fine.
okay.
But also be
so
happy.
I can still bitch about it though.
Oh, certainly. I would just say keep your bitching to a minimum because your team's
You're
in
a
the
trash
playoffs.
league. You a garbage league.
Gosh, okay.
Ooh.
How about that?
That's fair.
We've been good about not crutching on sports in the reimagined We Are Live, but
Well, this kind of story, he's not really analyzing the game itself that he didn't see,
Good point.
obviously.
Exactly.
But I wanted
He's
to.
talking about TV with the
I
game.
agree.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
that's right up
And
his
then, of course, I
alley.
was going to circle back to what it did for, imagine, the local bars in the area.
Didn't help the comedy show last night, that's
Duh.
for sure.
Oh, really?
Ooh. Shout out to Stefan and Brandon and Matt Barnes for doing some time for sparse crowd. Changed up the time frame. We'll be back full force next week as long as the NHL doesn't lampoon us. The NFL draft was last night, and boy, did I not care. But then I paid attention because our boy Drew Lock from Mizzou
Did not get drafted.
didn't get drafted in the first round. I'm apathetic towards the NFL a little bit, a lot of it compared to what I used to be, but I still keep an eye on certain things.
I don't know if it's because we don't have a team, and I'm in fact I know it's a large reason why. But looking at the players that were drafted last night, and I watch a fair amount of college football. I haven't given up my love for college football, and I still love the NFL. I love the game. The everything else around it makes me want to
Right.
my pants. But
That's never been
right.
Football is
So, but
is
even-
so fun to watch.
But even watching a lot of college football, I did not recognize a vast majority of those players selected. So not only have I lost touch with the draft, I've kind of lost touch with personnel as well. I don't know a lot of these kids. I used to be a guy.
because we were looking for you to make personnel decisions and break it down.
I mean, that's what I used to do back in the day when I was on Sports Talk Radio. That's all We Are Live was, man. We would go to the draft. We would go to the Super Bowl. We would interview the football guys. We would
football
We would
guys.
do the X's and O's, and I'd be like, "Oh shoot, deep pass. Oh no, Hail Mary on the kickoff." And it was a lot of.
Hail Mary on the kickoff.
So it
Okay,
was
interesting.
But it was interesting it was disappointing to see Drew Lock not taken. The Giants took a guy from
Oh.
Duke,
with 4,000 Twitter followers, that's the most insulting thing to you.
and he still
Oh,
didn't
you
get.
just turned into Travis over here.
But no, he got
said
drafted by
that's
the.
what Travis cared
Yeah, I'm
about.
about to say it was because he got drafted by the New York Giants, and he saw barely an increase in his Twitter followers.
Oh, that bothers you?
That's not bothering, but just lets me know how disgusted Giants fans are at their current selection at quarterback.
That lets you know how good of a player he is.
yes,
That's what
you got
that does?
4,000. Yeah,
Okay,
man, because
all
if you
right.
got that swag,
That's great.
you toting that
analysis.
pill.
The most important.
You ain't getting that any kind of analysis anywhere else.
The most intriguing thing was you had a guy who was a professional baseball player who made several $1 million decided to do what looked like to be a crazy decision to go play college football, wins the Heisman,
Yep.
decides whenever it's time to go play more professional baseball, he's not going to do that, jumps into the NFL draft. They say he's too short, this, that, the other, and he's the number one. He's the shortest quarterback ever taken.
Blame baseball for that.
In the first round.
Blame baseball.
Baseball blew it.
Baseball blew it.
But I think,
And
do you think he truly loves football, though?
I think he really does. I think he truly does love football.
And in the
good
back
for
of his
him.
head, he probably thinks he can go play some baseball.
Well, your number one draft pick in the NFL, you should be able to make. You're gonna make some money. You're not gonna make what we just saw Mike Trout sign for. But then again, who does?
Right.
That's
the thing with
a
baseball
rarity.
is the lack of injuries and the
Right.
ability to play
what
till
it
you're
does
nearly
to your
40
body.
years
Right.
old. Is,
Exactly. And that's, I think, for a lot of people was the big issue. Speaking of an individual that certainly is finding out a way if he can play till he's 40 years old because he will always collect an NFL check. The finesse god, Sam Bradford. I think he's made over $180 million in salary?
Yeah. Well, that's Ben Fred put out a tweet last night. Surprised Mizzou's Drew Lock was not taken in the first round, but perspective always wise on a night like tonight. Drew Brees was drafted in the second round. Russell Wilson was drafted in the third. Tom Brady, the sixth. Careers aren't made on draft night. And I simply pointed out Sam Bradford's career was made on draft night.
It definitely was.
And that was the extent of it, right?
That boy, he wrote that.
So some are, actually.
No, but I think to Ben Fred's point, I don't think there's anything Drew Lock should hang his head about. That draft last night, and again, I didn't watch it every minute of it, but just reading the updates and the recap, that was a very bizarre, weird draft. Like just the moves that were made that were just a lot of teams out of left field, a lot of reaches.
Oh, really?
I think the only exciting thing about the draft was that it was held in Nashville, and apparently there's a story online about bachelorette parties in Nashville being pissed off because they had no clue.
I was going to make a bachelorette party joke.
But it was a serious news story about bachelorette parties this weekend. They had their festivities.
It was really awesome
it's a
that the NFL had bachelorette parties in the front row of the draft.
Apparently, there's some
They're going to have to because, and I don't know.
Comics everywhere like, how's it feel?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
you don't like it, right?
Yeah,
somebody interrupting your fun?
They're filling seats, aren't they? Oh, they buy drinks. This is fun. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happened. I don't know Nashville too well, so I don't know the geography, but it looks like it's in downtown Nashville. And the way that it's set up, it's like they blocked off a major street. So it looks like if they had blocked off, say, maybe Manchester or Washington Avenue, or I guess you could say, I guess that would be the equivalent. If they had the draft in St. Louis, they'd probably be at Ballpark Village. But to be honest. But it was a really neat setup, and I think that was the only cool thing because it started raining. Mm-hmm. A torrential downpour in the middle. So it's like you have these fans going nuts. They're drunk. They're football fans from all across the country celebrating all their teams in a torrential downpour, booing Roger Goodell.
You could bring it to St. Louis, put it in Forest Park, replace Lou Fest.
Yeah.
The Black Sheep.
We just boo everybody because we're just so disenfranchised by the NFL.
The Black Sheep. The Black Sheep says there's never been so many penis straws at an NFL draft.
Why? Eat this penis Jolly Rancher. Penis gummy bear.
Can my friend take a picture with you? It's part of her scavenger hunt. She's got to take a picture with a tall black man. Yeah, we do that now.
Ma'am, that says N-word on your thing.
Oh, no. It's cool. It's cool. My fiance's a cop.
Oh, what a time to tell you about our brand new sponsor, STL Pet Ones. They are food delivery service. They've been dropping food off here. They gave us this giant bag of amazing treats. We had Barb test it out this week when she filled in with Carly. I've got to tell you more about Pet Ones, STL West. But big shout out to Lynette at Pet Ones, and we're really excited to be working with them. That'll do it for the first hour. We're going to take a break. We've got segments. We've got Josh Eaker from Brother Lee coming in the next hour. Gonna have some fun. Hit share, people. Quick break. We'll be right back.